Today I'm gonna show you my morrigans deck. This is probably the best deck that I have right now. I'm playing champion, so I think that this deck is extremely competitive and you can arrive to the top with this. The mana strategy is use monsters that cost 4 mana and activate the effects. I also have a couple of cards that are really strong, like Tigrex. This card is extremely up. Have Rush, Agility, Spillover is incredible, this card. The main problem is that if you use a spell, you will sell him. And the rest of the abilities are monsters that activate the effects when you have another monster that costs 4 and is a purple unit. So what you really want to do is activate all the effects that of the monster that have 4 MP. And then you will be in advantage in the field. With this one you can steal a monster, with the other one you can send one monster to the X pocket. So practically you will win if you can activate at least 30 times these effects and use that properly. This is the only legendary that I'm using, that I craft. The other one, Jury, I got free in one pack, so that's why I decided to put here. But if I will have a legendary Dante or the other legendary Honk, I will definitely replace them for that. So I'm gonna play a couple of games. I'm gonna show you. Everything is in ranked and everything is in champion rank. So I'm gonna show you. I don't know what happened, Giant Killer, didn't I say? I don't know. If someone can tell me that, I will appreciate that. So the main strategy versus Wesker is steal all the monsters that have revenge and cost low. If he throw a monster that costs 8 or 7, you can also do that. But you will have to sacrifice one unit, so you need to be extremely careful if it's that type of deck, because you can win in the first turn if you make a mistake. As you can see, I steal one monster and I win 3 MP, so right now I'm in advantage and I have the monster and 2 MP extra. Now I have 4 MP extra than Wesker, so I'm having the advantage and I'm using more efficiently the MP than him. Now I will drop Tigrex to clean the field. All the monsters just have 1 HP, so just watch this. I clean the field with that, and I'm using Shadow Blade because it's extremely useful versus flying units. I have seen in rank a lot of decks that use the other ability, Darkest Illusion. Personally, I prefer this one, because the Darkest Illusion is particularly complex to use all the haste in the right time, in the right moment, and you are also using Tigrex. So plus units that cost a lot of mana. I mean, 4 MP is extremely expensive, so combining all of these factors is really hard to use in a really good way Darkest Illusion, so I prefer to use the Shadow Blade. Also because you will recover health with that. It's extremely useful, and you can also use that ability to steal one monster. Now I'm gonna throw Lupo. Just check the status. 3 attack, 8 HP. This is almost a monster that costs 6. Just checks the number. Also that monster, the first monster that is in the top, is not extremely powerful. If I would have Honk or Legendary Dante, I would definitely prefer to use them. But right now he have really good points and is a purple 4-star monster, so you can activate the rest of the effects of the rest of the team. You can just discard, send the monster to the X pocket, and you will win 4 MP just with that combo. So you can see I'm holding the advantage. 27 HP versus 3 HP. I have the advantage MP in the field, in the hand. It will be almost impossible to Wesker come back from that. And also you can use Shadow Blade to destroy the monster in the last moment and increase the damage.
You were wonderful.
This deck have a lot of combinations, a lot of different combos, but the main one is having the advantage all the time with the MP. use efficiency, use in the best way that you can the MP and trying to keep the advantage increasing, and then the enemy will not be able to counterattack you. This is another fighting champion.
How long can you keep
Now is another Morrigan.
I'll take good
Versus
care.
Morrigan versus Morrigan. If it's the classic Morrigan deck that just trap big guy and starting to buff him with a lot of resonate, you have almost like 80% of chance to win. But if it's exactly the same strategy, use monster that costs 4, it depends on the first hand. The first hand is the most important when you're fighting versus mirror deck. If you activate one of the effects of the 4-star monster, you will probably win. Right now I have the advantage because I use a spell and also he didn't throw anything, so I have the advantage of 2 MP, and I will increase that eventually, and he will never be able to come back from that. So probably the most important thing when you're fighting versus another Morrigan is the first turn. If you win the first movement, you will probably win the
Where do
fight.
you think you're going?
Now I'm gonna steal that Jury. That Jury is incredible. It's probably the best monster that have explore. Jury have the best explore in the game right now. That effect is just completely insane. You will win a speed combo, spill over,
Life is a game
and
of
just
give and
if
take.
you can hit the enemy just one time with that effect, that card will become a legendary that costs almost 4 or 6, but you will have to spend 2 mana, so that card is extremely up. And Morrigan is extremely scared of that, so that's why she will spend all of the mana just trying to destroy that monster. And we have a couple of combinations to destroy resonate monsters. For example, we can use Shadow Blade. Now, because that is a flight unit, I will do 6 points of damage. And also we have Tigrex. So we have that the combination, plus if it's a monster that costs 4, we can send them back to the X pocket. Just check, if he throws something, I will send back to the X pocket. Another monster that costs 4, and I send her back to the X pocket. And I win probably 4 mana, that is the difference. Now I can steal that monster, I can send back to the X pocket. I have a lot of options. I have 28 points of life and shouldn't have 6. Just to see the difference. And this is champion. This is in the champion rank. But it's almost like a fight versus okay, that is in rank F, rank B. It's extremely easy to win versus this type of decks. That legendary card, Dante, if I will have him, I will probably use him in my deck. But I don't have enough mana to craft that card. Also, there is another legendary card that I will really want to use in this deck. And I think that the deck will be more efficient with that, but at the moment I don't have that. And it's extremely expensive, make that cards. That's why I'm not using them, but I'm gonna show you at the end of the video. Also, I'm gonna check again the cut at end and all the rest. And that's, as you can see, I have a lot of spells that just cost 2 or 3 MP, and I normally use them as a counter. And I will get a free spell, and also I will have the advantage in the MP points. So that's the style that you want to play with this deck. Don't focus in the damage, don't focus in destroy the monster, just focus on having the advantage of the MP and use every point efficiently. You can use better than the opponent your MP points, you will probably win.
Love is a game of give and take.
A lot of people just halt in that type of decks, but I prefer to use the Shadow Blade. It's easier and it's more reliable than Darkness Delusion, because you don't know if you will have no mana to destroy all the monster, if you will get a dead can in the first turn. So that's why I prefer to use Shadow Blade. Also because you can counter all the flight units. You will do a direct hit of 6 damage and recover that. It's extremely good. And this card also makes a lot of damage. And as you can see, I'm using a couple of cards that increase the X pocket, so you will increase the damage of that card. Right now I have 30 points and she only has 2 points. She will never come back. So when you're fighting versus Morrigan, versus the classic Morrigan that use Resonate, you have almost like 90% of win. The main problem with this deck are versus Ryu. Ryu can counter you, and Ryu is extremely hard to kill with this type of deck because you will have to drop the cards first, and the monsters that use Ryu are not really good to steal them. And he can activate the game effect when the monsters are in the X pocket, so you don't want to do that with Ryu. So that's why Ryu is probably the main counter of this deck. But if you're fighting versus the Red Dragon, Rathalos, you have almost 100% of chance to win. Also versus another green decks, you have almost like 70-80% of rate win. I'm gonna show you the cards that would be better. Hank, this card is a legendary, extremely up, so if you have this card, I will probably use him in my deck. This is a legendary card and it's really expensive to craft, and the other one is the legendary Dante. This card is just incredible, and with that 2 cards the deck will work definitely better. And now I'm gonna show you again my deck. If you want to copy and just use that and improve it, you can do that. This is the code, and you can make your own version. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, write something in the comments, and I'm gonna answer and read all of them. Without anything else to say, see you later, have a nice day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video.